Today is, I don't know, close to like 100 days before we have a vacation to Hawaii. We're going with like an extended family trip, and I am super excited. We have another trip down to the Caribbean, actually in a couple weeks for spring break. My kid wanted to go to the Dominican Republic for that time, so we're taking them there. In the meantime, I've been wanting to do some like POV photography, street photography, or like wildlife photography, but as you can see, it has not been the greatest weather here back in the Seattle area. It's funny because a little over a week ago, I was looking at this, hanging out in this beautiful blue skies on the beach in South Africa, and yeah, I miss it right now. I miss it a lot. I'm not really a beach person, but I fell in love with that area. That is for sure. Having said that, we push through and we go and figure out what's next. I do want to do more of these just talking to the camera type of things. I guess you call them vlogs. The young people call them vlogs. I don't know. I got so many ideas, and I don't feel like enough time for all those ideas. I was thinking recently, like, I have the Pocket 3, the Action 5 Pro. I don't know why they call it Pro, but the Action 5 Pro. But for POV photography, I was thinking about getting the Insta360 Go 2S, something like that. This really small camera. And I feel like, all these cameras have different purposes. Like, I don't think there's one camera to, like, rule them all. I would love for the Insta360 or the Osmo. Oh, and I have an Insta360 X4. That was a gift, birthday gift, which is cool, but I just don't use like 360 video. I don't know. It's not my style. My dad loves it. He's a huge fan of that. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that camera. But having said all that, I am eager to figure out, like, I don't think there's one camera to rule them all. I feel like these cameras all have like a purpose, like, and it's not cheap, not at all. But I also look at it in two different ways, right? I don't do anything outside of shooting pictures and taking videos. Like, this is my hobby, and I don't know if I want it to be a profession, but I do love it as a hobby. I love doing this stuff. And unfortunately, it does cost a little bit of money. But again, once you have the gear, then it's just like, all right, which camera do I want to use for the specific video that I'm shooting? And I feel like that's really the way to go if you have the means, right? Like, I would love to be able to just use the Action 5 Pro for everything. I think it's a great camera, but it is rather large when you look at it compared to the Go 2S when you want to do POV photography, right? Because that one you could just like strap on a pendant around your neck and it's gonna stay, or you can put it on like your head and get like great POV photography. Like, it really is probably one of the best POV cameras ever made, but it's not good for like this type of photography, this type of video. One, you don't have I don't believe you can have an external mic hooked up to it. Two, battery life is like okay, and three, the sensor is just way too small to like take it out in the woods and that kind of stuff for, like, I guess, talking head things. But if you were out shooting, like, it'd be great. So yeah, all this shit is expensive. That's the reality. But I would love to I would love to get in and play with it. I do have a dream one day of brands reaching out and asking me to take a look at their gear. Again, I don't ever think I will be a reviewer because these cameras are all subjective. Hey, listen, between the Insta360 X4, Pocket 3, the Action 5 Pro, they're all good. I don't think there's like a bad camera in that. And throw in your phone. When we were in South Africa, I was taking a really good video with my iPhone. And you can say you can insert Samsung phone in there too. They're all really good. The iPhone is great for you taking short, regular telephoto, regular normal range clips to some punched in telephoto clips. The Samsung phones are better because they have the 10x, 5x, and 10x zoom. But then you have this camera here, the Action 5 Pro. It's really good for this type of stuff. I would never use the phone for vlogging. I just don't think it's all that great for it. But the Action 5 Pro and the Pocket 3 are amazing for that. The Pocket 3 that is a great phone. A great camera. I wish I used it more. I didn't use it at all in South Africa, barely. I did some time lapses with it, but for the most part, this was the camera for me. But also, we were by the beach, and we were in some environments where if it rains, you can't use the Pocket 3. If you're at a beach, you really can't use the Pocket 3. You can, but I wouldn't. If you're around water, again, not going to use the Pocket 3. Where we're going in on this next cruise, we're going to be able to do snorkeling and using some jet skis and stuff. I can't use the Pocket 3 for that. It's going to have to be this one. And speaking of, I'm going to have to get a floating handle for this one so I can use it on the jet skis, or if we go snorkeling, I can use it. And that's the other thing. You can just throw this in the water and it just works. I'm really excited to use this on this vacation. And I really do think these little action cameras have turned into the ultimate home video camera. I think the phone is awesome, and I will continue to use the phone for a lot of this stuff. But man, it's just so easy to take this out, throw it on a stick like this, and start shooting video. And I, as a photographer, or someone who practices photography, I think we should all have video cameras. I don't know. I think it's worth it. I'm not trying to be a professional videographer for this YouTube channel. It's more just for fun and sharing my story and all that kind of stuff. But why not? It's good to have a little behind the scenes video, or shoot a little video of your travel and throw it together. I do think video isn't a lasting format like photography, meaning I can print a picture, and as long as that picture's safe and stored properly, or even hung up, that picture could be kept for hundreds of years, right? I can give that picture to someone who doesn't speak the same language as me, and just give them a print of their of that picture, or show them a picture, and they can easily relate to it. Where with video, it's you gotta have the right format, and you better hope that the format exists in 50 years and the file opens. And if you have something on YouTube, hopefully YouTube's around in 20 years. So that's where I'm at with that, or with the video versus photography. But I do think for the short term and for fun, it's cool to send videos to friends and family of your vacations and that kind of stuff. But after you send it out to people, it really kind of just dies from there. That's all I have for today. I'm gonna try doing more of these short-term vlog videos and just random thoughts that I have with different cameras. But Uh, I know I said the whole no buy year, and I have uh, not done well by that, but I really do like the Insta360 Go for POV photography, as for something I want to do more of.